All right, I want to talk about this Tupac conspiracy of him being alive and shit like that. And let me just say it like this, man. You know, people claim that he survived in 1996 because I know Tupac's got his loyal fans out there, and some of his loyal fans out there don't want to accept the fact. You know, if you say any negative things about Tupac, boy, some of them would threaten you and they'll come find you and say, yo, man, you talking shit about Pac. I mean, you know, you got to be careful what you say about Tupac. I'm a big fan of Tupac. I am. I'm definitely a big fan of Tupac. Till this day, I still like his music. I love his music, man. His music are classic. I like his Machiavelli album. I like his All Eyes on Me. I like his Better Days album. That's a pretty good album though. What else? Until the End of Time. I like that album. That was pretty good though. But yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta be careful what you say about Pop, man. Cause like I said, man, I like his albums. Again, I like his albums, but I'm not one of these obsessed fans out there who make these retarded videos about him and trying to give us hints about the Illuminati and all that stupid crap. Like, yo, this is hints right here what Tupac said back in 93 and 94 about him being a survivor. Listen, man, Tupac's a genius. He is. He is a genius. And some of the things that he predicted back then did happen. I mean, he even said it in his Tupac Resurrection movie. Some of the things that he said on his song didn't really happen to him. But when he said it, it happened to him. If you go back and watch Tupac the Resurrection movie, listen what he says, though. But there's no way that somebody can predict the future like that. Like, some people think that Tupac can just predict the future, though. Like, he can just see everything that happens, though. Tupac just made I think he said he made about 7 albums. Because Tupac was a hard worker. He was definitely a hard worker. He was always in the studio making songs and everything like that. And that's the only thing that 50 Cent and Tupac has in common. You know, these two like to stay in the studio and they like to work and keep going and all that stuff, making songs. That's the only thing that Pac and 50 has in the album. I mean, that's the only thing that Tupac and 50 Cent has in common. All this Tupac being alive. I mean, if you watch some of these YouTube videos every year, man, people saying Tupac's in Cuba. Some people say Tupac was in Africa. Some people say Tupac was in New York. Some people say they spotted Tupac. I mean, some people just saying they spot Tupac everywhere, man. And when you watch some of that stuff, none of it makes sense. It's not even 100% evidence that he truly is alive. Now, do I think he's alive? He could be alive, but let me tell you this: if I did see Tupac, I'm not gonna be none of his retarded fans out there. Some of them, not saying all his fans retarded, but I'm not gonna be like some of the retarded fans and pull out my phone and record them and say, "Hey, Pac, can I get a picture with you?" I wouldn't do none of that shit with him, man. If I spotted him, I said, "Hey, what's going on, bro?" And that's it. I keep it moving, man. I ain't gonna sit there and film the man and put the man on blast. And you know, if he is like fake this death, you know, leave the man alone. You know, if he's alive, leave him alone. Let the man live his life. You know, if he truly wanted to reveal himself, I mean, this is 2016. I mean, we right around the corner of 2017. I mean, everybody's got phones now. So if Tupac really wanted to reveal himself, I know back in the 90s, you know, I mean, back in 1996 and 95, you know, we didn't really have cell phones. We had like pagers back then. But now we got phones and we can fucking record ourselves and put it on YouTube. If Tupac really wanted to reveal himself, I'm sure he'll pull out his Android phone, his iPhone, smartphone, or whatever, and he'll put himself on blast and put it on YouTube whenever he feels like it. But apparently he hasn't done it though. He hasn't filmed himself and say, "Hey everybody, this is me. I'm Pac. Yes, I'm alive, you know what I'm saying? No need to worry, blah, blah, blah," and all that type of stuff. He would have done it if he really wanted the world to know he was truly alive. So leave the man alone. If he's alive, leave him alone. Let him live his life. Alright? I'm just so tired of people just saying that, oh, he's alive, he's this and he's that. Tupac's got dreads. He probably does got dreads. And he probably want people like you to leave him alone and let him live his life. What is the purpose? Listen, if Tupac is alive, okay, what is you people trying to prove, though? Like, are y'all hoping that he's going to come out of retirement and hoping that he's going to bring that West Coast excitement back? You know, bring hip-hop the way it is? Even if Tupac was still alive and he decided to come out of retirement, it's not going to bring back hip hop. If that's what some of y'all out there are thinking, for the ones that's so obsessed about him possibly being alive, it's not going to bring hip hop back like it was back in the late 90s, back in 94, 95. It's not going to bring it back to that. No. Hip hop's done changed. I mean, even though I wish hip hop was still more hardcore than it was back in the 90s, it's just not. So even if Pac is alive and he decided to make an album, yes, he would probably make good sales, depending, if he still has it in him. Because, when a rapper doesn't rap for a long time, they become rusty. Like, look at Sean. Sean spent 10 years in jail. 10 years in jail. And look how rusty he is. Because you guys remember Sean, when Sean shot up the club. Some people say that when Sean shot up the club, some people said that P. Diddy snitched on him. And he did 10 years. And as soon as Sean served his 10 years, look how rusty he was. The man was rusty. Even though he tried to make a comeback, and he tried to make songs and shit, he just didn't sound the same because it's been, he hasn't rapped in 10 years. Now, Tupac hasn't, people saying like, well, he dropped 7 albums. From what they said, it was already recorded. Either way, whether it was already recorded or not, we haven't really heard no new albums on Tupac lately. No new albums at all. So what does that tell you? So even if Pac did retire from rapping, he's got to be rusty, man. The man's got to be rusty. Because can't nobody go 20 and 15 years, and then decide to make a comeback and rap it. Man, you're going to be rusty. You're going to be rusty as fuck, though. So if he made a comeback, I don't even think he's having it in him like he used to back in the 90s. Because I guarantee you, if Pac came back and he revealed himself saying that he's alive, and then he said he's going to make a comeback and make songs, I guarantee you fans today would be happy to see him back, but will also be complaining and bitching about, oh, this don't sound the same Tupac. We want the Tupac back in 1995 and back in 1996 when he was saying fuck the police and saying thug life and all that stuff like that. You're going to have fans bitching and complaining about him, saying how rusty he is and all that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we in the era where people complains a lot now. You know what I'm saying? We in the era where people complains and they don't appreciate what some of these legends or rappers does. And I don't even think he's gonna sound the same. How old is Tupac now? He's 45 or 46 years old. Man, he's not gonna sound the same. His voice. I just don't see it. Him coming back. It's not, like I said, it's not gonna save hip hop. It's not gonna change it. If that's what some of y'all thinking. If y'all are looking for that, because it ain't. Like I said, hip hop has changed all over the years. You truly think people are going to go back to their old style? You really think people are going to go back and back to the 1996 style Tupac, where you got your head shaved bald and all that type of stuff? Ain't nobody going back to that style, man. Ain't nobody going back to no 1996 style, man. No disrespect towards Tupac, but ain't nobody going to go back to that. You see too many people rocking dreads and shit, and rocking tight ass jeans and shit, trying to be like Lil Wayne and shit like that, man. So there's no way, man, that Pac would be able to save hip hop, because hip hop's already dead. So, and besides, if you're really a true Tupac fan, and if Tupac really is alive, do you really want to see a 45-year-old man coming out there acting like he's still in his 20s, pulling his shirt up, saying thug life, fuck the police, and all that stuff like that, man? You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna look right for a 45-year-old man or a 46-year-old rapper like Tupac coming out there acting like he's still in his 20s. People gonna look at him and be like, man, you need to grow up, man. You in your 40s now. You ain't 20-something years old no more. So, it's time to grow up, Pac. So it's not gonna be a good looking Pac. To me, I think it's gonna be an embarrassment moment to him. Like I said, people will be happy to see him and everything like that, but don't nobody want to see a 45-year-old man acting like he's still in his 20s and shit. People going to just tell him, like, you're 45, man. Chill out, man. You're going to have a heart attack out there. I guarantee you, when Tupac turned 50 or 60 years old, people still going to be making these, oh, Tupac's still alive and everything like that. Like, leave the man alone, man. And if he's dead, let him rest in peace, okay? But anyway, that's all I'm going to say, though, man. Because if Pac was to come back and make songs, man, what could Tupac bring to the table of hip hop? What could he do? Huh? How is he gonna change something? There's no way. Hip hop's already screwed. So he's not gonna be able to change hip hop. He's not gonna be able to bring hip hop the way it used to be. Hell, if guys like Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, and all them can gather up together and try to bring hip hop back, it's not gonna do no good, man. Hip hop, it is what it is. Because hip hop used to be, if you spit that hard shit and you got a little bit of street credibility, you're qualified to join hip hop. But in this day and age, you don't really have to spit that hard shit to become a rapper. You can become a good dancer and you'll still qualify to become a rapper. A lot of people say that Tupac was a gangster though, but what people don't seem to realize that Tupac started out as a dancer, and people seem to forget about that shit. I mean, if you don't believe me, go back and watch Tupac Resurrection before y'all get in my ear about it though. But yeah, man, hip hop would not change all that much if Pop were to come back. He would have his moments. Yes, he'll have his moments and stuff like that, revealing to people that he never died back in the 90s. But it's not going to bring the 1995 and 1996 hip-hop back to where it was. It's just not. And if he's still alive, I'm pretty sure Pac would say the same thing. Like, I can't fix that shit. I can't bring him back. I'm just one nigga. I can't fix that shit. Hip-hop, it is what it is today. And we're going to continue on to listen to these garbage up-and-coming rappers, man. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Peace.